Hi everyone, I'm back again. So we're going to take a quick look at the cryptocurrency market today, this evening. So looking at the current market cap, we're looking at about $606 billion. So over the last couple hours, this has been all over the place. Like 20 to 30 billion above 600 billion and 20 to 30 billion below. So a lot of volatility up and down over the last few hours. 24-hour volume about $41 billion in movement. BTC dominance, so that's another thing that's going on. So BTC is dropping in dominance. So some of these other cryptocurrencies are gaining market share with a lot of money leaving out of Bitcoin and being apparently being distributed to some of these other cryptocurrencies that's around. So taking a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is about at $264 billion with a price of about 15,800. So it's dropped a little bit below 16,000, quite a bit off its highs earlier. Um, Not too long ago, a few days ago, it was almost knocking on $20,000 value. But now that's came down about 25% or so from those highs. All right, so moving on to Ethereum. So Ethereum is moving on up, almost knocking on $80 billion with a price of $821. It's been holding on to its gains pretty well, and other big story that's going on is Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash was recently added to Coinbase, and then there seems like there's something going on, kind of some controversy or something going on when it was posted to Coinbase. So initially, when Bitcoin Cash showed up on Coinbase, it very rapidly increased to a price of like about 80 up to about $8,500. And that price was drastically different from what it was trading for any other exchange around the world, really. And that rapid increase in price seemed like it did have some effect on other markets. So, um, um, in other exchanges around the world, Bitcoin Cash was trading up over $4,000 for a brief period of time, but it's dropped way off of those highs now. I'm trading about $3,200, but over the last few weeks, it's still way up from where it was. So a lot of activity going on with Bitcoin Cash. Moving on to Ripple is still on the tear, so it's up to $1.19 now, and so it's still greatly increasing in value, and it's not very far off from Bitcoin Cash, and this is interesting development, considering like this is kind of an ICO type of coin or a coin that you can't mine, a lot of activity going on in Ripple. And I think I just found out about Ripple like not too long ago, and when I first started looking at it, it was trading at about it was only worth about 20 cent. So in the course of a few weeks, not even a few weeks, really like definitely less than a month, it seems it's gone from like 20 cent to $1.20. So huge gains for anyone that got in on Ripple and has been holding on to some coins for a while. So big gains there. Litecoin, it's kind of been going popping up, popping down, but the big story that's going on in Litecoin is that the creator of Litecoin, he actually sold all of his Litecoin holdings. At least he claimed to have done so. And the reason behind that is saying that he can tweet and things like that, and he can move the market, and he want to be able to freely do that without having his words or his long-term outlook for the Litecoin coin to be impacted by that. So supposedly he sold all of his holdings. But I mean, he made out very well. I mean, Litecoin is probably up like 7,500% or something crazy like that. So he may be saying he's trying to be like a good steward, good citizen, being like the CEO or founder of Litecoin and kind of removing himself from the value. But yeah, he's probably stand to make like several $1 million. He didn't really state how many coins that he held, but he did say that he was able to sell them all. He didn't crash the market and things like that. So that's interesting thing I found out about Litecoin. IOTA, Cardano, they're still doing pretty well. IOTA topping over $5. Cardano, I think it was above 50 cent or so before. It looked like it dropped off back down a little bit, but it's still up big over the last couple weeks. As well as Dash. Dash today is down about 7%, but overall it's way up. So recently it was trading at fairly recently, only down to like $900, and it's up to 1,400, and I think a period of time is like at 1,600 or so. So still doing really well, still holding on to this gain. So anyone that got in at those lower rates, still stand to be doing very well. NIM. Still haven't really done my research too much to figure out what NIM, what their niche is. I still need to take the time to do that. But with them, so there's about 9 billion coins, and their value is knocking on the dollar. So they'll soon probably be knocking at a $9 billion value. Bitcoin Gold. So I think like with the volatility going on between Bitcoin, with Bitcoin dropping and Bitcoin Cash rising, I think Bitcoin Gold, people started maybe diversifying and getting Bitcoin Gold in the mix with whatever is going on. So that's another thing there. Monero is also is down overall, and some few other things that's going on. So like I'm taking a look at kind of the transaction fees that's going on in Bitcoin. So the transaction fees over the last few hours, and so it's been fluctuating and going up quite high. So last time I had checked on it, it looked like the average transaction fee was all the way up to about $35. So like definitely doing any type of small transaction is absolutely not worth it, because you'll be spending more for the transaction than the value of whatever you're trading or whatever you're buying, or whatever value of Bitcoin you're trying to send. So that's definitely something to be aware of that's going on with the Bitcoin blockchain. But let's take a look at it now. I tend to use this chain.so website that tends to have pretty good information. I can kind of see it pretty good. So taking a look at it right now, oh wow, they're showing that Bitcoin is trading down to 14,800. So a little bit less than, actually significantly less than what we just saw, according to coin market cap. So maybe there's just been some huge movements in the last few minutes as I've been talking. But taking a look at the activity, about 363 transactions per minute is going on. Unconfirmed transaction, as I mentioned last time, is continually getting worse. As I started tracking, it was at 160,000. No, maybe 130,000, with 160,000, then 260,000, 230,000, and it's still hanging around that, about 260 to 270,000 transaction unconfirmed, still pending in the queue. One thing that has gotten better is that the transaction ages has gotten better. So last time I was looking at this, the longest transaction age was about almost 5 days old. So now we're about a little bit over 3 days old now. So that has improved as far as the transaction ages, but the actual number of unconfirmed transaction is actually getting, still seem to be getting worse. So we're not catching up. Then we take a look at the fee rate. Let's just do some quick math here and just take out what that fee rate would calculate to. So say we use that value of Bitcoin being worth $14,800, right? So doing some quick math here, taking a look at it. So average transaction fee right now on the Bitcoin blockchain is about $22. So it came down quite a bit from where last time I did a check-in here. Didn't film it, record it, or anything on the last one, but the last time I glanced in here, it's tracking about $35. So good to see that that's the drop down a little bit, but $22 average, I mean, it's still pretty high. And some of the other things that's going on, kind of talked about a little bit about HashFlare. Yeah, so HashFlare, as mentioned previously, they had increased their prices. So their prices are still up, still limited stock on the SHA-256 cloud mining contracts. So still trading, well, not trading, but costing about $2.20 per 10 gigahashes. So a 10 terahash now, instead of costing $1,500, will now cost $2,200. So one thing they have changed over the last couple hours is that I believe they open up withdrawals to others outside of the zero point 0.2 BTC withdrawal limit that they had implemented during testing phase. And they have some strategies and plans on how they're trying to increase the speed of their transactions by maybe bundling multiple transactions into together to speed things along, and not have as many as many delays that they've been experiencing, because think it was happening. I imagine they have a lot of customers, so a lot of customers that may have like very small contracts, since they sell these like $2 contracts and $1.50 contracts. So if you have some customers that have that, they may get like $1, and then they want to like trade that out or something like that. So that's going to put a huge strain on not only their systems, but also on the blockchain network to confirm and move that money around. And then also with the increasing fees on the blockchain, it doesn't really make any sense to transfer $1 using Bitcoin right now. Really, in my opinion, it doesn't really make sense to transfer even like $100, really, because you're going to lose 20 of that right now to move it for the most part. So I kind of understanding a little bit why they're implementing these changes and things like that, to increase the minimum amount that they want to allow to move. But at the same token, if, like I said, if you have these small contracts, your money is just kind of stuck. And like I said, even with that um, dot two BTC limit that they previously had, with that, even if you had like something like 10 terahash or even 20 terahashes, I mean, it would probably be a few months before you could actually move anything, because you're not going to be making like that much that fast, because that's at the time, zero point 0.2 BTC was about $3,400 or so. Right now, zero point 0.2 BTC is about $2,900 or so. So it's still knocking on $3,000 in profit that you'll have to have accumulated in your wallet from your contract in order to do a transfer. So just something to be aware of if you're looking at if you're still looking at any of these HashFlare contracts. They're still showing limited stock, so assuming they still have some capacity, but I imagine they decided to increase the prices because they're probably their suppliers, whoever they're getting their systems from, in addition to the one that they supposedly make or their parent company Hashcoins make. Um, they're probably have limited stock, limited supply on that. So, because my guess is that probably they say Hashcoin shot 256, but I imagine if Hashcoins really does make their own like mining equipment, right? They're probably using their own mining equipment, but they're probably buying mining equipment from other vendors that's out there, like Bitmain or Bitfury or those are the only two I can think of. There's probably some others. Those are only two that I've heard of. But I think Bitmain is the main one with their ant miners and things like that. But yeah, I wanted to just kind of give a quick update. So as always, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.